Yeah, welcome back to the session. Uh, the next one is the representation of detailed drawings like right side view, front view, top view, and different views, and placing the detailing dimensions and simultaneously placing the isometric view in your particular detailed drafting. So how to enter into the drafting module? So you can go through with your start button. So mechanical design, search for the drafting. Here the drafting will be available. Just click on that drafting icon. So here, when the drafting icon is, drafting drawing creation pop-up window will go to open. First one represents you the standard sheet, ISO standard sheet. ISO stands for International Organization for Standards, and the sheet size is going to declare here. If you want to modify this sheet, you can able to go through with the modify here, and here itself you can have a different sheets, A0 sheet, A1 sheet, A2 sheet, A3 sheet, A4 sheet, like that. So A0 sheet is having a detail dimension of 841 by 1189 mm. So in that half A1 will be there. So A1 size will be again half. So again half A2 size of this segment, and again half A3 sheet size, and in this half A4 sheet size where we are can able to generally see in our sheets itself. So these are the different sheets we can have. I will go with the A0 sheet, and this one will represent you the various views of your of your component. Like all the views can be represented at a time itself, and this one is a one representation of first angle projection, third angle projection, like that will be there. So here this front one, bottom one, and right one will be generated with respect to your sheets and all. So the various views can be placed here. This in this we can able to place front view, bottom view, and right view, and this we can able to place front view, top view, and left view. Okay, so I will just say select this blank sheet and say okay here. So first initially it will take some time to open. Yes, this is your sheet of A0 sheet which was there in your drafting module one. So this is left side you can have the drawing module sheet. If I select this one and say right click, if I go with the property, I can see the detailed declaration of the particular properties, like what the scale you are maintaining here, what type of sheet you are maintaining here, what the width and height of the sheet. So 1189 is the width of the sheet, and 841 is the height of the sheet. That units are in mm only. Okay, so like this every detail will be there. So this representation is the first angle representation. So where you can have object will be there, the representation of view will be presented. So these all are the sheet declaration and all. So under this top down, bottom down, top up, sorry, pull down, top down menus. So in this you can able to go with orthograph, ortho.cat part. So dot cat part is the extension of the part file. So for this file I can able to import this particular image into the detailed drawing. I need to represent the object here. I need to represent the different views here. So how to import your different view, a particular view. For example, let us say this is the object. So this is a front view. This is a right side view of my object, and this is a top view of my object, having some detailed declarations like whole. These two are the whole representations. This is the diameter and all. So these things will be available in your detailed drafting itself. So here how to get your detailed dimension of your particular object, which was drawn in my previous module itself. So here in your view toolbar you can have an option called front view. Just select this front view and go with Windows and just select ortho of your whatever the name you saved your component. So here, so this is my front view, right? So I'm selecting this as front view of my object. So I'll select this as front view. See, the oriented preview will be available at the right side corner, whichever the surface you select. So if I select this one, the object will look like this. If I select this one, the object will orient like this. If I select this surface, the object will orient like that. So based on the selection of your periphery of your component, so that oriented preview will be generated at the right side corner of your object. So if I select this one, just click on the left click of your mouse button. So here you are having your object. So once the object is imported here, with this compass I can able to with this compass I can able to rotate my component like left side. If I want to rotate my component left side, for right side, for top side, for bottom side, for representing tilting angle, see here, inclination of angle of 60 degrees, 30 degrees. So representing of your component with help of this one, and there is an object fluid ball, so wherever you can able to place your object like that. So this is a particular view of particular object with the exact scaling ratio, that if you are having length of 100 mm, definitely length of 100 mm will be there. Okay, so like that the object has been placed here right now. So this is a way of placing your object. Okay, so before this I need to represent one more thing. So once the sheet is generated, we need to give the details of the sheet, like general requirement. Some border will be there, and then some title block is required for us. So defaultly system will give you some default uh, uh, sheet background will be given to you. So for that I need to go with edit from my pop-up menu, pull down top down menus, go with sheet background. When I go with sheet background, system color will change into blue in color. So don't get really confused that the system color has been changed now. So this will represents you the frame of the sheet which you want to locate your detailing for the drafting and all. So on this in this you can have the first one is your frame and title block. Just click on that one. So pop-up menu will open. So here few drawing samples are there for title block and all. For sample one, this is a way of representation of the sample one, and for sample two, this is a way of title block of sample two. So different title blocks will be there, whichever you want you can able to select. Here I'm selecting for the second sample frame. Just say apply here. So this one is going to apply on your sheet itself. Just say okay. So this here, if you zoom in from here, it is having numeric numbers, and from horizontal can have characters like A B C D E F, and here also the same. Right side corner can have the numeric numbers, and bottom can have the same for your IJKLMs, right? So and here you observe clearly as the title block. So what are the requirements you need? For example, the Dassault system is the software, the company which is launching this Scotia software. And if I need to modify anything like detailed drawing, I need to maintain. So I need to maintain some orthographic view of a particular object. I can have the text height. I can able to go with the different fonts, everything and all. So just double click inside this one. It will give you a text editor. So here I will give orthographic representation. Just say okay. And the size of the sheet is A0. That means the size of the sheet is A0. And you can able to write like the a blueprint, like this drawing and is our property. It is not reproduced and all like that. So we can able to write here, and whichever the person have drawn from the mechanical department, I'm drawing the system, and this will be available your date of your object, and here the checked one will be there, and here everything will be declared very clearly, and the size of the sheet is declared, scaling ratio and weight, if anything is declared with help of anything like weight of the volume is there. So weight of the member, what is the weight in terms of kgs, that will be declared here, and any revisions has been done for your drawing object, that will be clearly represented here. So this is a way of representing your drawing sheet first, and then after getting your drawing sheet, again to now we can try to do anything it is not permitting you, like you will need to enter again, edit, go with the working views. So with this you can able to insert your component, with that you can able to detail seeing of your drafting and all. So here again I'm placing the object front view, just go with the window and say orthographic. So here this is a way of representation of my component. So represented here I'm placing somewhere, yeah. Here I am placing here. See here the front view of scaling 1:1 ratio. So double click here, that value will be there, like just for editing purpose. And next thing is I need to maintain the right side view of the object. Supposed to look like this. Let me see how the object is going to look, the views, various views. So in the view toolbar here itself I can have projections. Projection views will be there. Just select the projection views, and if I come towards the left side, the right side projection will be there on the left side. So this is the right view of the object. This is the front view, there is the right view. And similarly plus again here, and just come down, this will be top view. See here, these are the three different views you can able to get in my drafting window. So if I see clearly, I can have some dimensions with respect to that a given member. So how to you can able to have dimensions separate toolbar is there. Just hold shift from your keyboard, it will tilt. So with this dimension toolbar you can able to give the detailed dimensions of your object. And uh, if I'd like to, whatever the dimensions I've given to the structure, that one have to be given. So that is also possible in this drafting itself. Just hold this member, so entire member will be tilted, entire member will be moved from one place to other place. You can able to transfer only in horizontal way, it can't able to come. If I try to pull in the bottom also, it won't come. Okay, and here also same, it will traverse only in vertical direction, not in horizontal direction. If I travels to try to move in horizontal direction also, it is not possible to move the object. Okay, and at a time I need to see the dimensions of all the detailing of the members. So for that, what I have to do is I will need to go with the geometry. Here I can have a generate the dimensions. So select, just drag a box here. With that, everything has been selected. Just click on this generate dimensions. Just a pop-up window will come, like sketch constraints, 3D constraints, measurements of constraints. What are the constraints are there? So total 15 constraints are there. Just say OK. With this, the detailed drawings which I was given, if I look into this one, so the length was 50 and the internal diameter was 20, and here radius of 35. And just hold this arrow mark. Just say OK here. Hold this arrow mark. So you can able to maintain like this. I need to maintain this dimension outside, just pull it out. Similarly here I need to maintain the dimension outside, just pull it out. And for this bottom also the same thing. For example, I need to maintain the dimensions with respect to some defined positioned angle. Just hold with control, right click and say property, and this this one. And this go with the dimension line. So here it is regular, convert to two parts. Just say OK. So here whatever the dimension you can able to place, that is having some two-parted one, like here from here to this is diameter, I can replace like this and all. So similar for this also, right click, say property, convert this into dimensions into two parts. Let's say OK. Here it is also the same thing. See here. So at a time I can able to go with control by holding control these two dimensions, right click and say property or dimension lines and say regular to two parts and say apply. So here see, one thing I would like to tell you, whatever the dimensions you are going to give for your member, that member should not uh, uh, move your dimensions beyond your this sheet background. So when your dimensions are going outside the background sheet, you have to adjust your dimensions appropriately based on your requirement. And if I observe this one, if I double click here, this will get activated. Whatever the activated one, this is the activated one. Red color will looks like the activated one. This is the not activated one, inactivated one. If you'd like to do any kind of sectional views, or I can able to see the different positions itself. See here, I will show you one thing. So I will show you the offset sectional view. Sectional view and is different, and sectional cut is different. I will show you the difference. So I will go first. I will go with sectional view. So I will cut a segment like this. The sectional view. I am going to cut the same thing with help of sectional cut. Just for a different purpose, I am showing you. So both are similar. Both are similar. Here only one cut is there. So in that connection, both are looking like both are similar. See here, section AA. This section BB. And when coming to here, I will cut in a two different manner again. So this is sectional cut. I am cutting the same way. This sectional view. You can able to see the difference, right? See, whenever the segment is sectional cut to sectional view, whatever the way it is following, the entire thing will be visible for you in your sectional view. So here it is touching the periphery of the surface, and here it is having another touch here. So in that connection I can have the visibility here. Whereas sectional cut, whatever the provision it is there, wherever the intersections are there, so at that region only it will cut. So here it is having intersection, so it doesn't cut here, and here also the same. So this is a way of representing of your representing of your member to get your detailed sectional views and all. So detailed sectional views, detailing everything and all. So I will delete this one, this one, this one, and this one. And one more thing I would like to show you. If I go with property, right now the scale is 1 is to 1. If I go with 2 is to 1, if I go with 2 is to 1 scale, what is going to happen? Just look at field, look in here. So this object which is highlighted red in color is only increase the scaling ratio from 1 is to 1 to 2 is to 2 is to 1. Okay. If I select everything, also select right click and just say property, and if I now I will change to 2 is to 1, say apply. Even though now also it is not highlighting. Why? Because the red colored one which is there, that is the active one. So in that connection it is not able to give you entire scaling one. So entire object is not going to scale here. When I say here sheet, right click and say property, if I go the scaling here from 2 is to 1, 1 is to 1 to 2 is to 1, now say, see, entire object has been scaled. So whenever the sheet is considered, entire member is going to considered as a unique one. With that it will be available for you. Okay, thank you, thanks for your time.